Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris with Vertical Without Bedsores. My little helper, Mary, is homesick from school today. She has strep throat, so we want to wish her get well soon. Hopefully she's recovering. Recent development, one of my daughters came up here and found this place. She came up to pay her final respects to me. And she found this place called Cedar Point Cabins in Eagle Harbor, Michigan. My voice is getting weak again today, so you have to bear with me. But she stayed here, and she said she had a most enjoyable stay. And she said that this was the most beautiful place she had ever seen in her life. So I'm going to try to get around this windy road and see what she saw. Now, my daughter has been all over the world. She was a stewardess when she first graduated from college, and she worked for a private contractor who hauled troops all over Europe and the Middle East. So she was in Iraq and Saudi Arabia and all those kind of good places, in France and Italy. So now I'm wondering, let's see what Cedar Point. She said it's one of the most beautiful places she's ever been. So looks pretty nice to me. She stayed in this last cabin called Maple Cabin. I think that was the one it was. And I might be lost. I might be in wrong. But anyway, let's go see what's going on. Eagle Harbor is a very beautiful town up here on Copper Island. And they look like they got some well-maintained cabins here. And I smell some freshly burned firewood. My daughter said that this was like Alaska. Oh, here's the fire that's burning. And there's a tourist who's reading with a very nice dog. I hope he's nice. Is that what they call a golden retriever there? And we know how wonderful golden retrievers are, one of the best and most protective dogs there is. So I'm not going to get too close to the client, but a beautiful dog. How old is the dog?
He's a rescue, so he's I think 6.
How much?
6.
6-year-old rescue. You got a good smelling fire here, I'll say that. Is there, my daughter stayed over here last weekend. Is there anybody staying in that right now? Yeah, they're pretty well booked.
Yeah, I think they are booked fully.
I don't want to go up to the window and be arrested for being a peeping Tom. Now you're staying in which one? This cabin here?
Yep, this one here.
Very beautiful here.
It is. We love it here.
You're a regular?
No, this is our second time back.
And what's the guy's name that manages it?
Paul.
Paul? Yeah, he was very, very accommodating. So I'm just going to walk down here, and my granddaughter and I, we do videos on YouTube, but she's homesick from school today with strep throat. My wife just took her to the doctors.
Okay. Oh, that's too bad.
And I'm diagnosed with terminal cancer. I'm in hospice.
Oh dear.
And they can't operate on this thing because there's too many nerves. So I try to stay busy as long as I can.
Good for you.
Doing.
Is it esophageal cancer?
Yeah, I think so. Are you a nurse?
No, I've been in healthcare, but unfortunately, my 50-some-year-old brother just died like 6 months. Oh no, I guess.
Can I
it's been
get
about a
closer?
year
I
now.
want them to.
Yeah.
Because what you say is of great interest to me. So you said.
Bailey, sit down. Yeah, my brother, he lived in Alaska.
Really?
He had esophageal cancer, and unfortunately, he died in August.
How long did it take him to die?
A long time. 6, 7 years, maybe.
Yeah, because they're telling me I got 6 months, but I've been taking that ivermectin and benzodate or something like that, and I was having these coughing fits in the middle of the night, breathing fits.
Yeah.
But and then the doctor, I had that CAT scan, and they said it's gone to the base of my brain and to the spine. But she said that the tumor will grow inward and eventually cover my esophagus.
Yeah, he couldn't. He could only. He had to put in a blender anything he ate because it's.
And how did he die though? Was it from suffocation or?
I'm actually not sure. Since he was in Alaska, I wasn't there at the end.
Did he suffer much?
I don't think he suffered much until the very end.
Yeah. And then was he in hospice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the nurse reassured me. I said, I'll tell you what. And we adopted my 8-year-old granddaughter. That's the only thing that upsets me. But I said, well, suffocation, that's a rough way to die. She said, I'm telling you, my name's Chris, She said, believe me, I'm your nurse. When it gets that bad, you won't even know what's going on. I guess they give you so much pain.
Morphine.
Do they?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your brother was how old?
54.
Was he a smoker?
No, but he chewed tobacco when he was younger.
And did they think that?
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Well, I smoke, and I've been smoking since I was 12 years old. And I, stipulate to the fact that I probably grossly contributed to my condition, so I don't really deserve much mercy with them. The nurse said, no. I've had many patients with lung cancer and throat cancer that never smoked. And she said, I've had other patients that die from old age and have everything else wrong with them that smoked their whole life and they have perfectly.
Yeah.
My lungs are clear. But, so I don't know what. Hey, someone's going to do it eventually, so.
That's right.
There's no point in finger pointing, right?
Right. Yeah.
But what book are you reading, if I may ask?
Signs, the Book of Signs by Dr. David Jeremiah, my girlfriend in the cities. My husband's taking a nap, but my friend in the cities wanted me to read it.
Is it good or too soon to tell, right?
Well, I'm only on page 32.
So now what's your dog's name?
Bailey.
Bailey?
Same as Lake Bailey.
Now, Bailey, have I convinced you that I intend your owner no harm? And we have a shelfie at home. So, Bailey, if you allow it, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk towards the lake. The only thing that worried me the other day, there weren't any life preservers here.
There in that shed.
They do have them. If you,
Yeah.
oh, good. So my other daughter and my other son are going to stay here if they can get in. So
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I want you to watch me so I don't steal anything. I just want to show them. We're going to go up to this paddles and stuff. Look at the doorknob. They made a doorknob out of wood. And we were concerned about my granddaughter going on the canoe, and my wife obviously wouldn't allow her because they didn't have life jackets. But it's actually good to know that if you do want to go out in a canoe, there are paddles and life jackets and cushions in case you fall in. So you learn something new every day. And that guy Paul, he's real nice to his tenants. And we're gonna walk down here to sort of Copper Island's dirty little secret. Okay, so we're gonna walk down here, and my daughter went out on this. I guess she did go out on a canoe without a life preserver because I think they said she was leery. Doesn't take, especially it was cold out here, doesn't take long to get in trouble in cold water. It's supposed to be good fishing, very good fishing here. Pike, and I think the guy said northerns. And you know, fish, I've been told, I'm no fisherman, but fish like to hang around grassy areas. Now, if you look here, there's a duck, I think. But look in the background. Look in the background here. There's a mountainous area. So there's some kind of loon out there. We've got this hidden lake nestled. And that, that's a pretty steep, I wouldn't make it up there if somebody told me I had to walk up through that forest. It's a pretty steep mountain back here. So now you heard that lady. I think this place is almost always rented out. And I think it's because it is so absolutely positively gorgeous here. They even have a paddle boat. So I started off the video with the name of the place. And if you look, I would advise you to book early. But remember this. I've stayed at some of the busiest national parks services. I'm not a reservation guy. I don't want to be a slave to a schedule when I'm on vacation. But I'll let you into. I went to Alcatraz, and they said Alcatraz at one point was a year wait to get a ticket. And I got into Oakland, California, and grabbed a taxi early in the morning when I went on that Amtrak train. I think it was called the Capital. It's that one that everyone wants to go on. And first thing I did was grab a taxi, told the taxi driver my predicament, and he said, no problem. He said, I'll get you on that Alcatraz tour. He says, the only thing you have to do is line up around 8 in the morning when they open up the ticket booth, and there are almost always, 9 times out of 10, cancellations. And I'll tell you what, every place, I would say about 80% of the time, we stayed at a place in some national forest that was like The Shining. And same thing, 2 years, all that. And almost every time we got a room. So don't be dissuaded if it's always worth a try, right? Always worth a try. The only thing you say no. I mean, I've gotten into inns in Yellowstone. Okay, well, listen, thanks a lot. I don't like long videos. I'm sorry, I apologize for my voice, but I used to have such a strong and robust voice. So, until next time, thank you.